I'm here with Peyton Dixon, running back for the Bishop Manogue Miners. Did very well last year. He got quite a few stats, and now you have a new head coach. Let's go back to that. We have Ernie Howren. He's, as you guys know, a world-renowned, top-tier type of caliber high school coach. He won over at Reed, and then January 10th, you guys find out he's coming over to Bishop Manogue. What's your initial reaction? How'd you find out, and what are your thoughts still to this day?
Yeah, so last year it was a rough season. We were a very young team. I just think we ran different schemes that weren't quite fit for our personalities and our play types. And everyone admires Ernie Howren. He's well respected throughout the league. And Reed has always been a powerhouse, and you can tell that he's always had a well group of coaches around him. And if you hear any hints that Howren could be coming over here, I think the whole entire state might be shocked at that. And so we're definitely excited. I saw that news on Twitter as well, and it's crazy because my career is hopefully going to be made off my high school, and having a good coach, playing through a good coach, will definitely make me improve throughout the whole entire season.
And some of the things that can you kind of give us a background on some of the things that he's brought to the program immediately? You talked about the scheme change, but some other things, like some things that have stood out to you this year so far. I know we're only in June, but
Yeah, so the big thing is culture. Throughout the past years, there hasn't been a culture at Manogue. It's been a small environment, but just not a winning attitude. It's just been get through school, but he's definitely come in, and he's making sure to change that right off the bat. He really wants to win as well as the players, and he's really engraving that in us, that we need to change the culture, and we can flip this school around.
Absolutely. And Peyton, like I said, everybody knew who you were last year. You were starting to come out. You were starting to, pound up the middle. You're kind of that strong power back that kind of knows how to get upfield or at least get a few yards when it's needed. How do you build off of last year, not just statistically, but certain fundamentals you're looking at, certain different schemes that you want to implement into your game, certain teams you want to beat that you didn't quite get to last year? What is just your goals kind of for this year?
So I want to put up good numbers. I just want to develop my skill set. I want to be ready for the next level. And there's no better coach than Jimmy Scholl, a new running back coach, to come in, because constantly every day we're working on different weapons and different stiff arms and clubs and all new things that I haven't really gone over with my past coaches. So it's all up to him. He knows everything that he could ever be taught. So it's really good. He's developing a lot for me, and I just want to put up good numbers this year. I want to be a well-recognized back.
Absolutely. And we discussed you've played for Bishop Manogue, and you have gotten different feelings in the past, but now that the Howren staff has come in, what does it mean to put on that Miner jersey and play for these guys, play for your coaches, play for this community, and just have that Bishop Manogue Catholic High School representation for you?
Yeah, it's truly an honor. It's like I said again, it's such a small environment that you really know everyone. So it's at a bigger school, you kind of get lost in the system, but here it's really a family culture, and we don't have the numbers that an average team does. So we're more tightly bonded together. And so when a new coach and a new everything comes in, and we're changing culture, and we're all going through the same obstacles together, it's really putting us together, and it's really making us a good family. And going out on Friday nights is going to be a good time.
Certainly, and we talked about schemes and different things that Coach Scholl's putting you through. Building off of a good year last year, what are kind of your personal goals, whether it be stats, whether it be awards, whether it be whatever? What is personally what you want to look for as far as the end of the year?
The big thing is offers. I definitely want to get my college paid for, no matter what level it's at. I want to come out debt-free of college, so whether that be an offer or partial scholarships, I want to do what I can to get recognized and be out there.
Certainly, and we don't want to put numbers, like I said with Angelo, we were talking, we don't want to put numbers on things, and we want to take things one game at a time, like any coach would. what is your team expectation for this year? You guys are coming off of a year that you made into the playoffs, got beat by actually your head coach now, but you got into the playoffs, so you got something to start building for. But it looked like you had a smaller team last year. Some guys were getting injured towards the end of the year. What's your team outlook at the end?
Yeah, so we've always had the weapons. We've definitely had the weapons, and now that we've got the coaching in here that can utilize everything, I think the sky's the limit. I think everyone should be shocked by the end of the season what the young team can do.
And then I got one question. It's kind of a few different way question. I noticed your two most intense games. Galena was okay. It was in the rain, so that was not one of your more intense games, even though they're probably one of your closer schools. But the other closer school, Damani Ranch, we know there's some intensity behind that. You guys wore the black jerseys. What does it mean when you played Damani Ranch? And then secondly, you played Reed in twice last year. You lost both games, but you still played Coach Howring. You played a great quarterback in Cam Emerson, great team, well coached. Now you get that. What does it mean, first, for Damani, and then secondly, when you play Reed?
Yeah, so first off, I came through a whole Damani system, so I came up through Dupree. I learned a lot through that. It's a good system. I definitely learned a lot, but there were certain things that weren't the quite right fit for me, and so that's when I ended up changing my decision to come to Manogue. And that was big with everything at Damani because I had been all set through my younger years, and it was a big change. So I lost a lot of friendships off of that move, and so as soon as I step on that field, a lot of old memories get brought back between other parents or that whole Damani team. So that's definitely one of my biggest games for this year because they're not only one of the best teams, but I do have past ties with them that I broke off. And then with Reed, it's the same thing. They're a powerhouse. They always have a lot of talent. They're always loaded. And so, I mean, if we can knock off both of those powerhouse teams, we can definitely be recognized not only in the North but in the state. And if we knock off other teams, we can be noticed nationwide, which would be fantastic.